theme, as was mentioned, for my sharing today is Our Lady of Lourdes. And if I had to pick any gospel for Our Lady of Lourdes, today's would be probably number one on the list. They scurried about looking for healing. And I think our mental image of Lourdes, if we've never been there, is healing. We hear about the baths. We may have seen pictures of the grotto with the crutches and so forth. That was always my image of Lourdes, until I went there. And I don't know if it counts as a miracle or not, maybe miracle with a small m and not a capital M. But several years back, I went with my sister and brother-in-law, my first of 2 visits to Lourdes. And we were there for 2 or 3 days. And for some reason, I would get up around 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would walk down to the shrine, the grotto. And I went with the intention of praying and interceding for the sick of my family, my friends. I had no particular intention. But this one morning, it was a little bit cold and there was dew in the air or something. And I could not open my breviary to pray in the morning because it would get wet. So I just sat there, looking at the shrine. At that early in the morning, none of the pilgrims are up, just this idiot who's speaking to you at this moment. And I just sat there in silence. And I saw something that I never saw on a postcard. The people, the residents of Lourdes, on their way to work, would come by, spend a minute or two in front of the grotto, and they go on their way to work. Not huge crowds, the most at any one time would be around 5 or 6. But it was like a constant flow of people. And so I'm sitting there looking at this, and that's where I received what was for me one of the greatest favors that God has ever given me. As most people who go to Lourdes or pray to Lourdes, we go with intentions. Lord, heal my mother. Lord, through the intercession of Our Lady of Lourdes, give my daughter a safe pregnancy. What do we do here with Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal? There's nothing wrong with that. But I had no prayer book and no big intentions. And yet, there at the Grotto of Lourdes, God gifted me with something that has been part of my life ever since. And I share it with you with the hopes that it'll become part of your life. To sit in the presence of God with no requests for anything. And that's difficult for us. But I still remember sitting in front of the grotto and feeling the presence of God. God was giving me something that I didn't ask for. He was giving me something as these everyday workers passed by. And I was gifted with the ability to see the presence of God in everyday people and everyday things. I did not need lightning in the sky. I really did not need my prayer book. But as my confreres would say, the other priests would say of me, Father Kane is not talking. Father Kane has shut up. He's in silence. Yeah, I was in silence with nothing to do. And God gifted me with the experience of entering His presence The Grotto of Lourdes and everyday workers, everyday things. Beautiful experience. And to this day, I spend time just in silence in God's presence. It gives me strength. It changes my vision of ordinary things, that God is present in the here and now. The people who cross my path with whom I live. It's powerful, it's life-changing. You might say it healed my relationship with God or bettered it, improved it. Once I shut up and listened to God. And so I share this with you. Not that it's earth-shattering, but it is life-changing. I share this with you that with the hopes that maybe every day of your lives, you with me will be able to sit down in silence in the presence of God, and knowing that Mary is there interceding for us. Because I know that it was through the intercession of Our Lady of Lourdes, as it is through the intercession of Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal, Our Lady of Fatima, Our Lady of Guadalupe, to give to her children what we need at the moment we need it. Often it's not our wants, our desires, but it is what we need. Thanks be to God.